Welcome back, focused learners. I'm so incredibly thrilled to have you here for today's explainer, mostly because we're tackling something that literally impacts every single one of us. We're talking about your financial future. Today, we're unpacking a truly actionable blueprint to completely reset your finances over the next 12 months. And look, we're not just talking about pinching pennies here. No way. We're talking about a systemic, psychological shift in how you actually view money, saving, and wealth creation. If you've ever felt like you're just running on a financial treadmill, working super hard but somehow never actually getting ahead, well, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this. Because right out of the gate, we've got to shatter a massive myth. The old mindset, the one that keeps most people completely stuck, treats saving money like a restrictive diet. You know the feeling, right? It feels like deprivation, it feels like hunger, it feels like you're forced to say no to everything that makes life fun and spontaneous. But look at the new mindset here. Saving isn't about restriction at all. It's actually about actively buying your freedom. When you shift your perspective to view saving as purchasing your future independence, the whole game changes. You aren't punishing your present self, you're directly empowering your future self. So, to get us there, here is our roadmap for today. 1. Buying your financial freedom. 2. The invisible savings system. 3. Stopping the micro leaks. 4. The 24-hour rule. And 5. Gathering your wealth soldiers. Let's jump right in.
All right, starting with phase 1, buying your financial freedom.
The mechanics of wealth are actually quite simple, but the psychology, that's where people trip up. Consider this. Every mindlessly spent dollar is a dollar not working for you. If you want to be rich a year from now, you've got to realize that every impulse buy, every unused subscription, every mindless tap of your credit card, it's actively stealing from your future wealth. It's keeping you anchored right where you are. You really have to stop trying to save using willpower alone because, let's be honest, willpower eventually runs out. Instead, we need to build a machine.
Which brings us to phase 2, the invisible savings system.
And this brilliantly illustrates the absolute biggest mistake people make, which is trying to save whatever happens to be left over at the end of the month. But there is rarely anything left over, right? All because of lifestyle creep. It's the phenomenon where your spending always expands to fit your income, leaving absolutely nothing to save. This is the core villain, keeping so many incredibly smart, hardworking people completely stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. You get a raise, and suddenly, wow, you need a nicer car. You get a bonus, and your wardrobe suddenly needs a total upgrade. Your expenses just magically rise to meet your new income ceiling. So how do we actually defeat this villain?
Will we defeat it by rewriting the rules? To break the cycle of lifestyle creep, you absolutely must adopt the pay yourself first rule. This means the very second your paycheck hits your account, a full 20% is automatically moved into a high-yield savings account or a brokerage account. Not manually moved, automatically moved. You want this money entirely gone before you even have a chance to look at it, let alone think about how you're going to spend it. If it's invisible, it's unspendable. Trust me on this. This one automated habit alone can change your net worth more than any hot stock tip ever will. You live off the 80% and your wealth just quietly builds in the background.
All right, moving to phase 3, stopping the micro leaks.
Now that we're paying ourselves first, we have to tackle the modern era's most insidious trap, subscription fatigue. We are absolutely surrounded by what I like to call ghosts, haunting our bank statements. Companies love the recurring revenue model because they know human psychology, they know you're going to forget to cancel. So here is your homework from this explainer. I want you to go audit your last 30 days of bank statements and hunt down these ghosts. I'm talking about that premium app you used literally once to edit a photo, the streaming service you haven't even opened in 6 weeks, or that gym membership you just keep meaning to use out of guilt. Go cancel them right now.
Now, I know you might be looking at a small charge and thinking, come on, it's only $15. It seems tiny, right? Almost insignificant when you compare it to your rent or your mortgage. But here is the really dangerous math of microleaks. A seemingly tiny $15 leak here, maybe a $30 leak there, relentlessly dripping out of your account month after month, that compounds over a year into thousands of lost dollars. Thousands. So, the crucial point is that wasted money belongs in your investment portfolio, not sitting in a billionaire's pocket. Every single time you let a ghost subscription roll over, you're funding someone else's corporate bottom line instead of your own financial freedom. It's time to take back control of your cash flow.
Which leads perfectly into phase 4, the 24-hour rule.
Once you've plugged those micro leaks, we have to address your active spending. Let's face it, online shopping today is a frictionless nightmare for your savings goals. You see an ad on social media, you double tap, your face is scanned, and boom, the item is already on its way to your house. It is way too easy. To fight back, you need an interrupter. When you're looking at something you want to buy, you are now legally required by this blueprint to ask yourself, is this a necessity? Is it food, shelter, basic clothing, or medicine? If the answer is no, then the rule kicks in. And here is the incredibly simple 3-step rule you're going to follow. Step 1, you see the item. Step 2, you wait 1 full day. Close the browser tab, walk right out of the store, just give it 24 hours. Step 3, watch the dopamine fade. The magic here is that like 90% of the time, the false need disappears entirely once that initial chemical rush in your brain wears off. Now, this doesn't mean you can never buy nice things again. Not at all. It just means you only buy things that actually bring lasting value to your life, rather than just a fleeting 5-minute high. Finally, we reach Phase 5, gathering your wealth soldiers. Let's zoom out to the final and, frankly, the most exciting phase of our blueprint. This completely reframes the entire concept of savings. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the quote, "Every dollar you save is a soldier you are sending out into the market to fight for you and bring back more soldiers." Remember, saving itself is not the end goal. Nobody ever built generational wealth by hoarding cash under a mattress and letting inflation just eat away at its value. Saving is simply the act of amassing an army. You are gathering your forces. And what exactly does this army do for you? Your soldiers let you seize opportunities. When you have a pile of cash ready to go, you can finally put your chips on the table. If there's a dip in the stock market, your soldiers can march right in and acquire assets at a massive discount. If a brilliant new business venture presents itself, you actually have the capital to back it. If there's a high-interest investment, you can participate. You simply cannot play the game of wealth creation if you don't have any soldiers ready to deploy when opportunity knocks. Let's move to and see how this builds into real, immediate momentum today. $20. Listen, success doesn't come from just understanding this explainer. It comes from the actions you take the very moment it ends. So here is your immediate call to action. Open your banking app right now. Set up that automatic pay yourself first transfer we talked about. Even if it is just $20 today, just do it. Prove to yourself that you are serious about building your army. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. The next 12 months, they're going to pass anyway. The time will go by whether you act or not. So, will you end the next 12 months with the exact same bank balance you have right now? Or will you use this blueprint to finally build a financial foundation that lasts a lifetime? The choice is entirely in your hands, but I definitely know which path leads to freedom. Take action today, gather your soldiers, and I will see you in the next explainer.